Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to continue working on the 2015 Volkswagen Jetta. And I don't know if you tuned in my last video, but it was part 1 to this. We're replacing the engine. As you see there behind me, there's a new one. So today all I have left to do is unbolt the engine mount, and then there's 2 bell housing bolts, and I should be able to separate the engine transmission and get her up out of there. So I'm just gonna get right to work, and I'll go ahead and point a camera at it so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Alright guys, I got the engine mount out and one of the bell housing bolts, this front one here. Got the cherry picker hooked up, chain hooked up. I use this mounting hole right here. Pretty sure that's what that's for. Through a bolt, through my chain. Then the other bracket. Oh, should probably put a washer on that one. So I got it hooked in the center. 2 things. First of all, before you undo the engine mount, you should really hook your cherry picker up, not have a jack stuck under there. Hopefully that don't cause any problems. Kind of can't get it out now. The second thing, all these bell housing bolts has been 18 and 16. Now there is a if I can get the light angled right. See it right there? That's a triple square. One bell housing bolt is a triple square. And it looks bigger than the other ones I've been messing with, so give me a second, I'll tell you what size it is. Okay, so I lied to you guys. It's actually a triple square socket, Then it's also a hex on the outside, so I was able to use the 18mm. I actually had to take this coolant jacket right here off because it was in the way of getting back in there. I started using my electric ratchet and then it got jammed, so now I'm down to using a ratchet wrench. But this is the last thing holding it together, so I'll go ahead and I'll set you guys up on my little tripod close just in case anything happens. You guys at least get to see it. I'm supposed to grab some pry bars from work today. I got a lot of tools at work still, but my odds and ends and automotive related tools are all here. Unfortunately, I don't know where my pry bars are, so I think this bolt holds the passenger's tire on. Looks like it's 2 miles long. Guess I'm about to use the ratchet, do it by hand. Can't get with my fingers. Hopefully when I put the engine back in, it's manageable with one person. There she is. Well, nothing happened so far. Probably a good thing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and jack her up some. Use the only pry bar here that I got. It's all bent up and junk. Well, I'd say she's separated. Well, guys, I might take the rest of this engine mount off the engine. Remember that thing earlier that I said about not making a mess? That's working real well, ain't it? Alright, so I think I'm going to have to possibly undo the rest of that engine mount on the side of the engine, because it's kind of hitting over there. Then the flex plate is stuck inside the transmission. It's free, but it's not. It's catching on the way up. Well, I found one pry bar. I forgot I had them down in my basement when I was building rooms. I had another one somewhere, but I can't find it now. It's a little bit shorter, but a little easier to maneuver. Oh, might have it. Well, guys, got her out. I think should really probably take the hood off. I don't know if you can see that little white mark there by rub coming out. Or I could just shorten the chain up a little bit. The hood probably be kind of a pain to do by myself. I don't think it don't go up any higher. On older Hondas, you got two settings on the hood, one like this and then one straight up and down basically. Be kind of handy right now. So there's a torque converter. You can see a stud sticking out. Down there's that nut that I dropped down into the bell housing. There's the mess I didn't want on my floor. Okay, so here's that engine mount that is bolted to the engine. The engine portion of it, I guess you'd call it, I don't know. There's 3 bolts in it. One there, and one right there. I think I might take it off of the other one going in. I feel like I can make it a lot easier going in. It was a pretty tight fit. So now what I gotta do is get all the junk off this old engine or the new engine going in it. Like the O2 sensor, they just cut the wire going to it. They cut hoses off. Gotta get unstrapped. See, there's them plugs I was talking about. I guess used engines come with them too. Very handy. Do not throw those away. I always keep them. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the junk off this engine. Remove that mount. Gotta get the exhaust off. They cut it. Since I already had a time lapse of taking stuff off the other engine, I don't think I'm gonna record it this time. Yeah, that's that. I will get back with you guys when I'm ready to set her down in, I guess. Alright guys, I got it ready to be put back in. Got everything off that was junk. One thing that sucks is I had to take this tube right here off. It's a coolant tube because it was broke right here. So that goes over top of the bell housing, underneath your coil pack, then along the front of the engine, and it's jammed into the block right there. It's sealed up with the O-ring. You gotta twist it and pull at the same time. It's kind of a pain to get it out of there. So I'm kind of nervous that I might break this one getting it out. Hopefully not. But I'm not going to put it in until I get the engine in, so I don't hit it on the transmission or anything. And it might be easier getting it in with that out of the way anyway. I also took the engine mount off. Hopefully it's not too big of a pain to get back in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to set it down in here, and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, it's actually the next day. It's about 3:15 in the morning. I'm about to go to work. But I figured I'd show you guys real quick. Got the engine mount put in. Got 4 bellows housing bolts in. 2 on top, 2 on bottom. Then I got all 6 of the torque converter bolts in. Now this was extremely hard to do. I cannot get the studs on the torque converter to go through flex plate and the bell housing bolts lined up at the same time. I actually had to call somebody to come up here, and I had them turn the cam while I looked through the inspection hole, and they jacked the engine up or lowered it down, whatever I told them to do. And whenever it lined up, I had them tighten these 2 top bolts. I had those started, but there was a big gap here. It was a pain. I tried doing it for about, I don't know, 2 hours by myself. It was kind of hard being in 2 different spots at one time. But luckily I had help. And it's together now, so today when I get back from work, I should be able to go ahead and finish it up. This gas line here was a pain. I had to take a grinder and cut the hose clamp off of it. And of course I had to take it off because the hose was cut. Then I already told you guys about the coolant pipe. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully I'll have it done tonight when I get home. I'm gonna stop by and get some oil and coolant and power steering fluid. Well, you guys have a good one. I appreciate if you guys liked and subscribe. Comment what I can work on, or if you'd like me to do anything. I might possibly disassemble this engine after I get done with the car. So if you guys would like to see me do that, let me know. Alright, you guys have a good one.